welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Gina of Gina Renee RM Budgets. I am a zero-based budgeter who uses the cash envelope system to assist me on my journey to financial and debt freedom. If you're new here, I do videos all about saving money, which includes budgeting videos, cash stuffings, couponing, grocery hauls, meal planning, a little bit of vlogging, all centered around the ways that I incorporate saving money into my daily life. If you are looking for that kind of content, then what you waiting on? Go ahead and subscribe. When you're there, turn on your notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. For today, I am going to be working through my July budget. If you saw my last video, you know already that I had a little rough May and June. A lot was going on, so my budget took a huge hit. And so basically I'm starting over at zero. I have nothing, okay? Nothing. It happens. The wonderful thing about budgeting is you can always start over. What you don't want to do is, hit a snag and then just give up, okay? Because it won't get any better. It'll only continue to get worse. So if you've been contemplating budgeting, you can start now. My first tip for starting to budget, I'm starting at zero, but I'm not new to budgeting. So there are some things that you'll have to gather before you can start budgeting, or it's not going to make any sense to you and it's going to be very complicated. The first thing is you have to know what your sources of income are, how often you get them, and how much they are in a given month. All right. That is probably the number one thing you have to figure out. All right. So write down all your sources of income. How much is your check? How often you get it. All right. Start there because that's your inflow. All right. Next, you need to go over your bills and expenses. Okay. So for your bills, you need to list out your bills, when they're due, how much they are, how often they're due, and put them in date order. All right. Put them in date order. Next, you need to figure out what things that you spend money on a daily basis. These are your variable expenses. Your bills are your fixed expenses. They're normally always due every month, same day of the month. Normally the same amount, but sometimes things like utilities fluctuate. All right. Now, your variable expenses are things like groceries, gas, spending money, allowance for your children, things like that, self-care, those types of things. So what you would have to do is kind of go back and maybe look in your app to see what you spend money on and start creating your own categories, right? Write them down and add up how much you're spending so that you can be realistic when you make your budget. What you don't want to do is know that you spend $1,200 a month on groceries and then set a budget to spend $500 on groceries, because guess what? You're going to fail. So you want your budget to be realistic. You can cut back a little bit, especially if you know your budget is tight. Those are the areas you can cut back. But don't be drastic because you're setting yourself up for failure. All right. Cut back a little bit at a time. All right. So once you have all that, I start off with a big calendar. This is what works for me. All right. I like to have something big in my face, no doubt about it. This is what's what. Normally I color code it, but I haven't even done that yet. But as you can see, basically I mark in my paydays in here, and then I write out all my bills so that I know 90% of my bills are on auto pay. So I really just want to keep track of what's what, right? So I start with my big calendar. For right now, I am what is called a paycheck to paycheck budgeter. It doesn't necessarily mean that I use every dime, but once I get paid, so for July, my budget starts July 10th. That's my first paycheck of the month, right? So I know with my July 10th paycheck, I need to pay every bill that comes due up until I get paid again on the 24th, all right? Then from the 24th, I have to go all the way through August 7th, okay? And we'll talk about that when we get to my budget book, because I get paid bi-weekly. Sometimes I'm crossing over into 2 months with a pay period. All right. So I start here. Now you can budget with just this. Okay, it works. All right. All you need other than that is a little piece of paper, or you can use this little side area here. This will work if you're new, and this costs maybe 10 bucks, less than 10 bucks. All right. But because I've been budgeting a while, I have a more organized method. For right now, I am still in my Budget Mom budget book, and that's what we're going to look at today. All right. So here's the inside of my book, my budget book. All right. And let's see, I might have some bills I need to check off here too. Walmart paid out already, and YouTube Music came out already. All right. So I start off my goals for the month. Mine for this month is I want to have at least 12 no spend days. I want to make sure to track all my expenses. I already took care of an Amazon refund that I needed to handle. I checked on this milestone payment already because it's already the 8th of July. So some of my goals for July have been done. I want to restart my sinking funds. I want to increase my income. And then I needed to follow up with Social Security, and I have done that. All right. So I like mine to look pretty. So here we are. And so we're going to go, let me move some of my crap out the way. So this is a paycheck, budget by paycheck book, but I use the first one because I only get paid normally twice a month, 3 times on a magic month. Then I like to use this first paycheck budget as my monthly, okay? So this is what we're working with here, all right? And that's what we're going to go over today. And I may go into, I need to do my paycheck budget too. But overall, I'm anticipating $6,000 in income for the month of July. And then here's all my bills. My mortgage, car note, and insurance is $1960. I don't know why I keep writing $1980. I pay my daughter's part of her rent for $340. I have my post office box. I have a repayment back to my dad of a loan I had to take out from him. And I have my subscriptions for the month, total $165. I know that's a lot, but I include everything, even my business expenses. And then my pet insurance is $60. My credit card payments total $300. My Affirm totals $95. My student loan is $205. And my AT&T bill is not $400. It's actually $330. All right, which is great because then it's going to change here. So all I would do in this instance, because I was just estimating, I would put actual is $330. And that would change my totals down here. All right. So my total for fixed expenses is $42.60 for the month, which leaves me with $17.40 left. Right. Plus it's going to be an extra $70 here, plus any side income that I bring in. All right. So for me, my variable expenses, I don't like a lot of envelopes. It just kind of makes me a little frustrated. So I have essentials, which for me includes food and household total. And I do $600 a month, $300 each pay period. For gas, I do $50 a week, which is $200 total for the month. For spending, I give myself $100 and my husband $100 each payday. So that's twice. So that's $400. And then I keep a little buffer, which is my miscellaneous $50 each pay period. So that totals $1340, which leaves me with $340. And you can see I brought it over here and I want to restart my sinking funds. And so I'll get more detailed in my paycheck budget, but this will be split among my sinking funds and bringing me to a zero-based budget. Okay. So for my particular paycheck budget, I'm anticipating $28.50 from my job, and that's after taxes, health insurance, and I tithe before I budget. And then my son is paying me $50 because of an arrangement we made previously, right? So out of this check, what I need to do is I split my mortgage, car note, and insurance payment. I paid my mortgage, of course, because this is already the 10th. So I'm going to pay my car and insurance $760. I'm going to pay half of what I pay for my daughter's rent, which is $170. I have a total of $50 in subscriptions that will come out between July 10th and July 24th, which is my second paycheck. I have a shop pay payment of $20, my student loan of $204. I got 2 credit card payments that are coming out, $50 and $50. Here is my AT&T bill for $330, and I have an Affirm payment for $25. All right. That totals $1,659, which leaves me with $1,241, which is what I'm going to end up taking out the bank in cash. And my essentials, of course, is $300. My gas, I'll take out $100. My spending, $200. That's $100 for each of us, and then $50 for miscellaneous. Now, in terms of my sinking funds, my plan, I have $591 left. So I want to put $200 aside for future car insurance. My dated sinking funds, I'm going to split it up and put $129 in there. And then my undated sinking funds, I'm going to do $50 into those. Then I have a new Christmas challenge that I'm starting. That's this one here. I had it last year, so I'm just bringing it back. But basically, it's listed on my Etsy shop, I believe. If not, it will be by the time you're seeing this. I could put it in a rose gold binder if you want me to, but normally I just sell the insides because I know if you're like me, you have a ton of binders. But this is A6 size, and there's 2 dashboards. You can choose from this dashboard, which I love because it says, the way you spend Christmas is far more important than how much. Oh my God, that rings true for me. But here's your other option if you wanted something more Christmassy. You can choose to have the Christmas tree as your dashboard. But I love the quote, so. But inside, you get 5 envelopes. Each envelope has a category and a tracker that is predetermined by me. The first one is gifts, and it has a tracker inside for gifts. And basically all of these, you determine how much you need. And then that would determine how much each icon is worth. So you set your goal and then you divide it by the number of icons. Me, I do it different. I set the icons because I don't like it to be like a weird number. So gifts is the first one. The second one is stocking stuffers. All right. The next one is decorations. The next one is dinner, for holiday dinner. And the final one is for traditions. And I love this one. So for me, this one is stuff like maybe taking the kids to see Santa, going sledding, baking cookies, taking Christmas pictures, going ice skating, buying the Christmas tree, making the Christmas list, things like that are traditions for our family. All right, and that's the binders listed on my Etsy shop. So if you're interested, please head over there and get it. All right, and then my daughter is getting married. She was just recently engaged, and so I created an envelope for her in my binder that says wedding, but then here's the tracker that I created for her. It's just a lot of wedding rings are the icons, but in the back is a bouquet, which is her inspiration in terms of her wedding colors and things like that. And so I just made that little tracker for her. All right. And this is my binder from Danny. These are my envelopes, which you guys will see me stuff when I actually do my cash stuffing. All right. So I want to start $100 for my daughter's wedding savings. And then I have my holiday binder, which is Danny's holidays. And this is how I did it. I used these tab envelopes that I got from Amazon and her labels and these labels on the tabs. And these are all the holidays. And I'm just gonna, my plan is for the holidays to just put $1 in each one. If that's all I got, that's what I'm gonna put in there, $1. And then finally, I have a birthday book now. And I think I'm changing these envelopes. I don't really like how they turned out. But, so basically this is all the people that I would be either buying a gift for or doing something special for their birthdays. And I'm just going to start putting $5 in each one. So the males, their names and birthdays are in blue. The females are in pink. And I'm just going to put $5 in each one. It's 11 envelopes, 11 people. And just whenever their birthday comes, whatever's in there, by that time, that's what they'll get, or that's what I'll use for their present. All right, so all of that totals to $5.91. So I'll be taking $12.41 out of the bank for my cash stuffing on Wednesday. So be on the lookout for that, because that's what's left. I don't take out my bill money because most of my bills are on auto pay. So I leave that in the bank and only take out what's left for cash stuffing. All right. And that brings me to a zero-based budget. The final thing I wanted to show you guys is that because my budget goes over into August, I usually have to have 2 months worth of my stickers that I use. Now, I create mine myself, all right? So I'm all set for August, right? So I think real quick, I write down my bills here. They're color-coded. This is payday 1 and payday 2. You see how unbalanced it is. But these are the stickers that I use. So I figured I would go and show you today, because if you guys are interested, I might make my stickers available for purchase. Okay, so just for the sake of time and frustration, I just went on ahead and did the numbers. Sorry, that's my work phone. Then I do Alexis that day. And Daddy that day. Walmart and Milestone is on the 8th. Subscriptions, I usually put that down whenever the first subscription falls, and that's for the whole pay period. So I got a subscription on the 9th. Then student loans is on the 12th. Milestone is on the 16th. AT&T is on the 21st. Credit line is on the 21st. And I forgot the shop pay is on the 11th. Okay. And this is the next payday, so I match it up. And I pay mortgage. Mortgage. Alexis. Then a firm comes the 22nd. 24th. Put that here. Because it's 3 different dates. Then we got Quicksilver on the 27th. And then my car wash is on the 27th. and some birthday stickers that I will add. I don't think I have any birthdays in the month of August. I always say nothing happens in August. It's such a dead month. Sorry if your birthday is in August. But so these come with my kit too that I print out. I also have tithing stickers, day off stickers if there's a holiday. This is my expense tracker stickers. I have some little circle flags and my shopping carts for the grocery store. All right, guys, so that's all for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And as always, I wish you what? Peace, love, and prosperity. Bye, guys.